Nobody gets in their car and drives thinking, hey, I'm going to go hit somebody today. Everybody thinks it won't happen to me.
Every 2 days, someone is hit in St. Paul, and that's just not acceptable.
People are maybe a little distracted, certainly at rush hour and other times in a hurry.
Today we're out here doing a pedestrian safety event. We're working with several community groups. We've got the district councils out here, St. Paul Walks, Smart Trips, and a bunch of community volunteers that are out here doing the event with us today. The volunteers are making their intentions clear that they're trying to cross Snelling Avenue here. We've got some cones put out a certain distance away so we can make sure that we're giving drivers plenty of time to stop. We've got 29 police officers on hand, and vehicles that do fail to stop, we've got officers that are able to pull the cars over and talk to the drivers about that. This particular effort is part of the Stop For Me campaign, which is a year-long campaign. This is our first event of the year. We've got 34 different pedestrian safety events scheduled throughout the year, and we're trying to hit every community in St. Paul and make sure that we can help improve safety in the roadways.
The crashes tend to happen on our arterial streets, where the busier streets where more people are trying to get across, and typically where there's more traffic. Particularly the 4-lane streets, like the Snelling Avenues and the Rice Streets. What happened yesterday, and fatality of a 24-year-old woman crossing in the crosswalk on Kellogg Boulevard, again one of our 4-lane streets. Apparently one car stopped and the car in the other lane did not. And that is a fairly typical story on a 4-lane street, is that one car will stop, the other car coming through either doesn't see the pedestrian or hasn't figured out why the other car is stopping. And so one of those really important messages on these 4-lane streets is, if you see a car stopped, slow down, maybe come to a full stop yourself, even if you're not sure why that they're stopped, because sometimes you can't see that pedestrian on the other side of the car.
We do have an issue in St. Paul with people speeding and driver being distracted and not stopping for pedestrian, and that's a big issue in St. Paul. We have to continue to do these exercise so that people become aware of the issues that we have. We have to really look out for each other. The road is made for everyone, not just for driver, and so I'm really glad that we're doing this exercise and we're spreading the awareness in St. Paul.
So far this year, on average, we're having one crash every other day in the city, which, I wasn't aware of how big of a problem it is. It's a huge problem, and each one of these crashes has a huge impact on the lives of both the driver and the person who gets hit. What we need to do is change the driving culture in St. Paul so that people pay attention. We want drivers in St. Paul, as they're driving down the road, to proactively scan the street, look for pedestrians, and we want the culture in St. Paul to be, we stop for pedestrians. That's what we do.
Down there. Pretty good for your age.